Hello all, this is Anup Gade, your host from Tulsiramji Gaikwad Patil College of Engineering and Technology, A plus grade institute of NAC. I'm from Information Technology Department, and in our today's class we are going to discuss about system calls. So in our earlier videos we have gone through the concepts like what are the things involved in basics of operating system, then how your OS structures are there, and what are the services provided by your OS. Now let us discuss on system calls. So basically system call provides an interface between a running program and an operating system. Generally the system calls are made available by using assembly language code. Okay. uh, as we know that assembly languages are compact, sometimes they are even difficult to write a code by using assembly languages. So nowadays these assembly languages are replaced with languages like C or C++. Then in order to pass the system calls, there are different techniques. So three different methods are used to pass a parameter between a running program and an operating system. That is nothing but a system call. So pass a parameter in register. This is one option. Second option, store the parameter in a table in a memory, and the table address is passed as a parameter in a register, because we know that register size is limited. So whenever a parameter or a long kind of data we need to send, then in that case the address is given in a register. The last is store the parameter onto the stack by the program and pop up the stack by your operating system. So these are the three major variations available with us whenever we would like to pass the system calls. Okay, now let us see a diagram passing parameter as a table. So let's say here parameter x indicates the parameters of a call, then load the address of x and send the this particular address into the register, and finally the value of register will be shared to the memory, so that whenever memory would like to access the x, so it would first read the details from a register, and from register it will reach to that particular location and the data can be accessed. So this is how the parameters are passed as a table. There are different types of system calls. So a process control, for process control there are different kinds of system calls available. Then for file management we have a system calls, bunch of system calls, device management, information maintenance and communication. So for every operations of your operating system, system calls are available. Generally this MS-DOS executions are represented in a diagram. So basically at the base we have a kernel, then command interpreter, and finally the free memory. uh, in other case we have the command interpreter above kernel, and then a processes, and above that we have a free memory. Some operating system which are running multiple programs, the structure would be like kernel, then process, then interpreter, then process, then if at all possible free memory is available, and then uh, another process. So this is the structure of Unix. Now a system program, initially we have seen the system call which acts as an interface, and system program provides a convenient environment for the program development and the execution of the same. That is, program development and smooth execution of program is a responsibility of system program. The system programs can be divided into file manipulation, then status information, file modification, the programming language support, program loading and execution, which is a very big, important and a big task, communication, and the application program. uh, Most users view of your operating system is defined by the system program, not by the system call. uh, let us see the structure. MS-DOS is written to provide the most functionality in the least space, because space was a primary concern. It was not divided into modules. Although MS-DOS has some structure, its interface and level of functionality are not well separated, you may say. So at the base, we have a ROM BIOS device drivers, then we have a MS-DOS device drivers, then the resident system program, and at the at the above we have an application program, and these application program can communicate with the ROM BIOS, and resident system program can also communicate with the ROM BIOS, and at the same time your MS-DOS device drivers also, they are communicating and interacting with the device drivers. So that's why we say that it has not been well designed in some parameters. What are the system goals? Basically, whenever we are talking about system goals are varying as per the users and the system. So for a user, operating system is designed in order to make the overall atmosphere, moral environment convenient. It should be easy to learn, it should be reliable and safe. Along with this, it should be fast enough. So these are the users perspective, because user wants that your OS should be provide comfortable atmosphere. At the same time, it should be reliable also, it should not fail at any moment, it should be reasonably safe and fast. Whereas if you think of system goals, so operating system should be, for the designer's perspective, for the system, it should be easy to design, implement and maintain. As well as whenever we are saying that it should be easy to design, implement and maintain, it should be flexible enough and error free. Along with that, its reliability and efficiency matters a lot whenever we are talking about the goals. As far as system point of view is concerned, every goal is very important, and we should focus on all these goals whenever we are trying to design system. Now, mechanisms and policies, there is a fundamental difference between a mechanisms and policy. Mechanism will determine how to do something, whereas policy will decide what will be done. There must be a proper separation of policy from the mechanism, which is very important. It allows maximum flexibility if policy decisions are to be changed later. Okay, so if policy decisions are fixed, if policy decisions are crystal clear, things will be very easy. If policy decisions are changed, then it should be a tough time, it should be a tough task for the designer. Then a system implementation. Traditionally, your systems are written in assembly language. As I said, the reason behind assembly languages are fast to execute. uh, Sometimes they are bit difficult to code, but they are faster, they are compact, and they are easier to understand and debug also for a technically sound personalities. An operating system is far easier to port to some other part of, you can consider it as to some other hardware, if it is written in a high level language. That's why high level language are nowadays preferred. But though we can say that hard high sorry though we can say that high level languages are uh, quite easy to understand, can be written faster, but as compared to the assembly language code, they can code faster, but while execution, in terms of execution, they are not faster. Whenever we are trying to compare high level language with the assembly languages are faster as compared to the high level language. Whereas high level languages code can be written faster because they are easy to program as compared to assembly level code. Assembly codes are a little difficult to program. Okay. uh, then move to the next part, system generation. So operating systems are designed to run on any type, any class of the machine. The system should be configured for a specific requirement of a computer site. And whenever you upload, whenever you uh, capt or execute your operating system, the system or hardware must be able to run it. System generation program obtains information related to the specific configuration of the hardware system. Booting plays a very vital role because whenever we start a computer, it loads the kernel, and along with this bootstrap program, it stores the code in ROM, that is able to locate the kernel and load it into memory and start its execution. So bootstrap program is very important, and these bootstrap programs load whenever you turn on a computer on the kernel. So this is all about the system calls and its associated things whenever you talked about an operating system. So that's all, dear all. We'll stop here for the day.